So listen, at the age of 19, I was able to turn my hobby and my passion into my business. I can live from it now. I can handle the stable relationship. I can work 80 plus hours per week on it. Plus, I'm able to go to the gym 5 to 6 times. And the only reason for this is a stable sleep. So I just thought I will give you the sleep video from my private program. Oh my god, I sell you something. No, I don't sell you something. You can just simply watch the video. I do not care. Yeah, I run a high ticket program, but you do not need to watch this. And yeah, it's all about sleep. The audio quality is not the best, so maybe watch this on 1.5 speed. That anyway, the quality will not be that bad. And yeah, enjoy. Hey there, it's just Wisser, and this is sleep. Welcome to the sleep lesson. Sleep is the number one thing in your life. If not, fix that. I will tell you why sleep is the most valuable asset you can imagine and how to sleep properly. As addition, I will give you a bedtime and morning routine to gain 90 to 100 sleep score points on your Aura ring, guaranteed every single night. After this lesson, you will have sleep. You will never need to watch anything about sleep. I will tell you anything. The benefits, why it's a priority number one, the universal rules of sleep, and why you need to fix your sleep to get the fulfilled life you want. And after that, I will get you a sleep schedule that I use, that all of my clients will use, and that probably you can adjust in your life. With that being said, let's get started. Don't waste your time. Sleep as your priority number one. You need to make sleep the priority number one in your life. We are human beings and we need to sleep. After just 3 days without sleep, your perception of reality will completely be distorted. You will not be able to complete any cognitive tasks. Biology programmed us to sleep. You noticed the sleep in the energy system, and sleep was the number one thing to restore and to fuel your energy system. Without sleep, you will die. After 3 days without sleep, you can't live a proper life. And after around a week of non-sleep, you die. Therefore, I will show you how not just only to survive with sleep, I will show you how to make the best out of your sleep and how to fix your current issues with sleep. The benefits of sleep. To clarify you how important sleep is for you and why you need to prioritize this, not only for your energy. I have a list for you. This list are just a few examples of sleep and its quality to you and your body. What benefits has sleep for you? First of all, with sleep, your cognitive function gets regulated. You are able to think. When you sleep, your brain gets basically a reset and can so reboot its systems. Think of your hormonal system. After sleep, cortisol gets in your bloodstream and therefore your body knows that you need to be awake. And in evening, melatonin gets released, and therefore it's bedtime and sleep time for your body. We are primitive individuals. We are animals, human animals, and we need to live with our natural principles. And our three natural principles are: we need food to get energy, we need sleep to get energy, and we need to drink to get energy. We need sleep to survive, we need food to survive, and we need drink to survive. That's it. These three ingredients will give us energy and therefore prevent us from dying biologically. You need to prioritize your most urgent and most deeply rooted thing in you. In the health chapter, I have something for you, and this is called the Maslow's pyramid. I will cut the scene and I will show you the Maslow's pyramid, because there I draw it in a really, really nice way. Right here. Alright, this here is called the Maslow's hierarchy. And this here shows basically everything you can focus on to achieve full transcendence and self-actualization. You need to have this in order to get this. In order to get this, you need to have this, and in order to get this, you need to have this. It's pretty simple. And the first thing you need are your physiological needs. And that's basically your food, water, and shelter. And after that, sleep comes. And therefore, focus on health. And like I mentioned to you, food, water, sleep, and shelter, of course, are your foundation. These things are your must-haves. You can shut down every other system. But when it comes to something like a war, then human beings don't really care about something like joining communities or focus on personal goals like hitting the gym 6 times a week, or doing this, or mastering talent like copywriting or doing creative work like painting. No. When it comes to really, really critical time, like a war, like a pandemic, then you will focus on this year. That you have enough food, that you have enough water, and that you sleep enough to get these things, food and water. These things are your life-saving urgencies. These need to be fixed. And I don't get it why people in today's society fuck their sleep. I don't really get it. Why the hell would you create a culture like our society, our first world society today, our overworked first world society, where you lack of sleep and you work. And this means, for example, you sleep 5 to 6 hours every single day, or even 4 to 5 hours, yeah? And you do this every single day. I keep 5 as our metric. And you work. Okay, maybe. So, and maybe you sleep on the weekend 7 until 9. That's alright. Then you will have an average around 7 hours of sleep. Around 6 hours of sleep. On average. Because this, yeah, around every 6 hours of sleep. And when you work 14 hours, 14 hours, 14 hours, 12 and 10 and 0, you will sleep 6 times 7, 42 hours. And you will work 40 times 3 plus 12 plus 10. This equals 46. And that means you worked more than you slept. But what now happens is crucial. Overnight you learn. You sleep to reset your brain, to cool down your system and reboot your systems. And when you work 14 hours on new topics, you get 14 hours of input every single day that needs to be resetted, rebooted, reproduced by your mind, calibrated and storaged. But when you don't give your brain time and you only storage 7 hours of this day, for example, you will feel bad over time. And you probably waste 7 hours of your day. Because when the things that you did don't get storage in your mind, you waste this 7 hours that you could have used on sleep. You could have used 3 hours of sleep and you will still have 4 hours left. I hope you get the point. I hope that was not too complex. And the whole point I want to get you here is that with sleep, you learn and set your energy levels for the next day. And I tell you, when you compare a person who has 6 hours of sleep and works 14 hours a day, this is sleep, this is work, and a person who slept 8 hours of a day and worked 12 hours, the output quality that gets generated from the work will increase 2x in difference to the person who slept only 6 hours. And this is science. Ask me for studies. I will show you studies that showed you when you sleep less than 7 hours over a long period of time, you will create fatigue. You will get in a survival mode because you lack one of the most urgent things that you can possibly imagine. And that's why sleep is so important for your cognitive function. And the same principle here counts for emotional stability. Think of the hormonal system reset. Physical health, energy is basically physical strength and health. Sleep doesn't only recover your brain and cognitive function, It recovers your muscle function. It leads to muscle regeneration. Because only when you sleep, you can fully relax. Let your body work for you. Your immune system gets reduced. Hormones, basically. Hormonal balance. Weight management. You don't suck water in your body. That will lead to weight fluctuations. Your performance increase because when you slept more, you feel more powerful. Your hormonal system gets completely reset, and that means that your focus / your performance will increase. Your decision making increases because you are more aware. Why? You have more energy in your body, and therefore you can use more for cognitive and hard decisions. It reduces risk of chronic diseases. It reduces stress. It let your body reset completely. And when you don't give your body the time it needs, you will die earlier. Just look at the studies. On your Oura ring, you can see how good you sleep every single day and every single night. I'm currently in a phase where I have a lot of pressure. I need to finish my work because I set a deadline for myself in order to get this huge achievement of creating this product for you. And therefore I reduced my sleep quality from usually a 95 to an 80 to 85. That means I don't sleep 9 or 8.5 hours a day. I sleep around 7.5. I sleep around 7 and 8 hours every single day. Nothing else changes. I just reduce 1 hour to create the best output. I figured out for me that this works the best, and so you can figure this out for you, what works the best. And I will tell you how you can create your own sleep schedule and how you can fix your sleep. And these are the 12 universal rules for perfect sleep. First, stick to a consistent sleep schedule. In the focus lesson, I scratched this topic by telling you that the first 45 minutes are the most valuable thing you can possibly do, that you need to get your sleep predictable for your two main sleep and waking hormones. And this is basically what I told you. This is basically cortisol and melatonin. And your body functions the way you want it to function. But you need to be aware of one thing, and that is the universe. And we have a universal and presetted primitive clock in us. This is called our circadian rhythm. You don't need to know this. The only thing you need to know is that this basically means that based on evolution and biology, your body wants to go to sleep. Body wants to sleep at night. This should be a sleep at night and wake when the sun shines. And why? Because your body naturally and evolutionary associated darkness with melatonin release and bright light brightness with cortisol release. And that means that we as a human, as Homo sapiens, as the species, we are animals who live when the sun is shining, when there is no darkness. And therefore your body decides to predict the melatonin when the sun falls and predicts the cortisol when the sun goes up. And now you might wonder, well, but there are some regions in the world, like Iceland, for example, where you can't live like this because there are periods of time, 6 months and 6 months of light and 6 months of darkness. Yes, that's true. But you can also see that this year is true by proving how the people live here in this given field. And you can see that the suicide rate and depression rate increases while 6 months darkness, and the sleep illnesses increase while light time. And this is basically because you can't sleep without melatonin. And when your body doesn't sees darkness, people will have a lot of issues and a lot of troubles with sleeping. And therefore, you need to adapt yourself in your environment. And that means that you need to probably have something like rollo shutters or sleep masks to get this darkness to produce melatonin. And when the night guides the life, you need to have a lot of light, but not white light. This needs to be sunlight, like usage, like candles, or general yellow light. Yeah, and that's how you live in these countries, because your hormonal system works that way and you need to accept this. And when you know this, you can live that way. And therefore, I want you to stick to a consistent sleep schedule, because on one side, you tell your body when the hormones can be released. Therefore, you get a consistent hormone release, and you will always be tired at this time, and you will always be awake at this time. And second, something like seasons or a seasonal switch will not affect you. Therefore, a consistent sleep schedule is the most important thing. It's alright when you miss out one time, and you don't need to stick to your sleep schedule perfect at a minute. No, you don't need to do this. Just stick to your sleep schedule and target around 1 to 2 hours of that time fluctuations, but try to stick to your wake up schedule. And even at the weekend, your brain can't differentiate between weekend. Exercise in the morning. You even needs to be to cool down And exercising is stress for your body, and therefore you need to exercise in the morning. And exercising in the morning will also help you to get awake. It will be harder to get in this exercise flow, but when you warm up properly, you will get fitter and more energetic for the day. Avoid caffeine and nicotine, and avoid alcohol, and avoid any sum of drug that impacts your hormonal system. Any drug works crucial and mostly bad or blockading for your system and for your hormonal system, and therefore hormones like epinephrine, noradrenaline, and so on can't be produced. Avoid caffeine and nicotine, and if you consume caffeine, then please don't do this in the evening. Get a cup of coffee in the morning or at lunchtime, but after that, stop it. Caffeine basically blocks your melatonin producing systems. That means your sleep time and sleep quality gets reduced by consuming caffeine. 5. Avoid large meals late at night. This is the same as exercising because you want your body to cool down, and digesting food is stress. You need to burn, you need to have your systems, you need to have your gut awake because you have the food in your stomach while you're sleeping, and therefore your sleep quality will be influenced by this. Avoid large meals late at night. Target eating your last meal 2 hours before going to bed. That will be fine. If it's possible, no medications. Medications work the same as drugs do. Therefore, avoid them if you can. If you have some chronic disease, this can't be influenced, but I promise you, when you avoid medications, your sleep will increase. Don't take a nap after 3 p.m. Naps can help make up for lost sleep, but late afternoon naps can make it harder to fall asleep at night. Therefore, avoid naps after 3 p.m. Relax before bed. Don't overschedule your day so that no time is left for unwinding. A relaxing activity like reading will help you to relax, and this should be a part of your sleep time routine. Reading a book is basically the most relaxing and most return on invest thing you can do in the evening before bed. A, you learn something, and B, you will get better sleep. Win-win. Take a hot bath and shower before bed. There's something called sleep hygiene, and it tells you basically that when you feel fresh and you go fresh bed and your body is warm, it doesn't need to warm up. Therefore, it doesn't need to use energy, and you feel clean, and that means you can sleep better. Dark, cool, and gadget-free bedroom. Get your room dark. Melatonin production. If you have any device on when you are in your room, buy a sleep mask for $3. Have your room cool, but not too cool. And have a gadget-free bathroom. And if you have your mobile phone by your bed, then turn it off. For example, I use my phone as my alarm clock. And I always have not disturbing on. That means that my phone won't distract me. If you can, please get as much tech as possible away from your room. Why? Because the frequencies of network influence your sleep pattern and your hormonal vibration. Tech gadgets send vibrations all the time, and they went through your body, and that will impact your sleep, guaranteed. And try one day sleeping without gadget in the same room you do right now, and try to sleep one day with these gadgets. And I will promise you, you will feel different. Sunlight before blue light in the morning. Use sunlight before blue light in the morning. When you wake up, don't go on your phone. First, open up your window or go outside and get sunlight. Why? Your body wants to get notification that he has to produce cortisol. And with blue lights, this cortisol release gets delayed. That means that you won't wake up perfectly. And we won't wake up perfectly. This means our rule has to be sunlight before blue light. And don't lie awake in your bed. Just use it for sleeping. Your brain can't differentiate between certain activities and intentions. When you are in your bed all day long and you wonder why you can't sleep, maybe you should fix this. Your brain doesn't know that your bed is for sleep. It associated every activity you do in this bed with the environment bed, and then it makes its conclusion how you sleep. And this means that you, as an individual, need to differentiate where to sleep, and you need to signalize your brain that your bed is the place where you sleep. And for example, don't lie in your bed awake also means that if you can't sleep for like 30 minutes, then maybe go up and read a book or listen to music you enjoy. Calm down. But don't get... das mal kommt weg, aber wir werden das. And these are the universal rules for perfect sleep. And now I will show you my bed routine. And the bed routine I recommend every human being when he or she struggles with sleep. That means you will take no caffeine until 4 p.m. No heavy meals until 8 p.m. I will finish my work at 9 p.m. System cooldown. That means I review my day, I plan my next day, I journal, and I do mind liberation. I limit my screen exposure. That means at 9:30 I will shut down my phone, my Mac, and some other technical device that has white light. My room is also equipped with yellow light devices, no white light. Then I have a bed routine. That means I prepare tomorrow, like laying out my clothes or opening tabs on my Mac to start work immediately tomorrow. And I will read to 9:30 to 10 p.m. Then I will check my environment. I will check my light. I will check the noise. I will look if it's comfortable or not. And I will check the heat. And then I will go to sleep at 10:30 and I wake up at 7 a.m. I told you that this is my sleep schedule when I have 90 to 95 hours Oura score. Now I have an 80 to 85 Oura score, and that is because I only sleep at 11:30 to 12 p.m. but I wake up at 7 p.m. anyway. I always wake up at 7 p.m. It doesn't matter when I go to bed. This year will not be fixed. When I go to bed at 3 a.m. for no other reason, I don't care. I prefer wasting the next day or having less energy the next day instead of fucking off my complete internal hormonal based sleep schedule that tells me waking up 7 a.m. And you need to be relentless with this. When your partner doesn't tolerate this, then break up. Go. Just go. Run. It's your life. It's your life. And if you can't be ruthless with your sleep, your friends can't tolerate this, that you wake up at 7 a.m. every single morning and you know that going to bed every minute later than 10:30 will impact your sleep negatively. When you can't fix this, how you think that you will have a nice life? You need to focus on your sleep. Then you get more energy and then you can enjoy more of the things. And then you win. And then you win. Okay, guys, that's it. I have the PDF for you, so you can copy this here. When you have any problems with sleep and any questions, let me know this. This was the 12th episode in the recreation chapter. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.